All About Reading is a well-acclaimed, fantastic reading program that we have loved and used for 5 years now with 3 different kids. And guys, today I thought I would come and share with you 10 things that you need to know when it comes to All About Reading. We're going to talk about what you need to know before you buy, after it arrives, and tips for use. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Katie and welcome to Life in the Mundane. I am a second-generation homeschool mom of 6 beautiful kiddos, and on this channel, we talk all things resources. I love to share with you resources that are going to help you in your homeschooling and help encourage you in your biblical parenting and how you can utilize those to their fullest potential so that you can make the most of the little moments. The first thing that you need to know is that All About Reading does not go on sale. I know around this time of year, all of us are deal hunting and we're looking for that steal of a deal, and the truth is, it's not going to happen on All About Reading. You can purchase the program used oftentimes, and there are some great buy-sell trade sites for that, but be careful and make sure you're getting matching editions or that you know exactly what all the pieces are that you need for the kit so you don't end up having to actually pay out more buying used because you didn't get everything you need. I know it's an investment and it can be hard to think about not getting a sale, but I will tell you guys that it's worth it. I've used this for multiple children, so there's a lot of value there, as well as the fact that it is something that reading is the key and the cornerstone to a lot of our learning. So if there's one area that is worth the investment, it's reading. Got a kid that loves art? Be sure to ask for custom box art. And yes, their box art looks better than mine. A fun fact that a lot of people don't know about All About Reading is if you order directly from their website, when you order, you can place in the notes section a special request from your child for the company, and they will draw whatever you ask for on your box when it arrives. It's a fun treat and such a special little touch that they add. They literally have done everything from rocket ships to dogs to ninjas and everything you can imagine. All you have to do though is type in the notes section when you order. A fun little secret that only the pros know, and now you do too. Our third tip actually has to do with level 4 of All About Reading. A lot of people, because the program is so strong, come out of level 3 with their kids reading pretty well and honestly pretty fluently. And a lot of people think, do I need to go on to level 4? I guess not. We'll just skip it. I would encourage you, if you can, to pursue level 4 for your kids. Level 4 focuses on different concepts that they're going to need to decode much bigger words. You're not going to be learning a ton of new phonograms and different sounds, but you're going to be really digging into how to comprehend what you're reading, working on that fluency, and digging deeper into decoding and mastering some of those tougher reading skills. Now, what do you do after level 4 of All About Reading? Because it only goes to level 4. So a lot of people are questioning, what do I do for reading after that? After that, your child, if they have successfully completed level 4, should be proficient in reading and should need no further specific reading instruction. However, it is recommended that you have your child do assigned readings and maybe work more on the reading comprehension level side of it versus the decoding process. So, All About Reading actually has a special section on their website specifically for this question when people will go, what do I go to next? They have some great ideas. I'm going to drop that link down below. I'm going to drop all the links I talk about here today down in the description below so you guys can be sure to check those out. Okay, so your box arrived. Now what? What do I do? Well, that brings us to tip number 4. You can always buy once and reuse when organized properly. I know a lot of people who have no idea that you can reuse this program and purchase new student material every single time, and I'm about to save you some good money. So all you have to do when you get your student book in the mail is take it apart. I like to put all the pieces in a binder. Takes a pretty good size binder though, so be aware. And I simply go through and I separate all of the pages. All About Reading is well known for having amazing pictures and color, such fun activities, games, and flip books like these. So what I like to do is when it arrives, I separate the pages, and in one page, I put what I'll need for that lesson. So I'll put our word sheet that they're gonna have to read, as well as any activities or word books they're going to need, All I have to do then is pull it out, use it with my child when we're done, stick it back in there, and we're ready to go. This has saved me so much time during the actual lesson teaching process, but it's also allowed me to be able to reuse this over and over again. So I recommend when it arrives, just go ahead and spend the time now and prep it. It's not 100% required or needed by any stretch of the imagination. You can prep as you go, but I really, really would encourage you to do it front. It will save you so much time. Tip number 5, when you get your material, I recommend that you sit down and take some time to read the pages at the beginning before the lesson starts and at the end. They really have packed so many amazing materials here in this program, and a lot of times I know we get excited and we jump straight into the lessons, and that's okay. These are open and go. You don't need a whole lot of prep or requirement ahead of time. You don't need to pre-read the lesson, but I recommend reading some of the pages in the front and in the back because these are going to give you more tips and tricks on how to use this program effectively. The pages in the front are going to help you more with starting the program, what you need to know before you get started. The back pages are going to help you with common problems that you might run into as a teacher. Things like how to work with B and D reversal if your child is constantly flipping those two. Or in some of the other levels, they have lists of comprehension activities, helping you get the most out of your read aloud time by working through some of these great comprehension questions and activities. So familiarizing yourself just maybe 20 minutes before you get started might really help you in the long run. Okay, but what about tips for use? This is where the majority of my tips come into play. 20 minutes of lesson time, guys. They say this over and over again, and I see on boards over and over again, moms stressed out because it takes so long, or their kids are crying, or they're upset, whatever. The secret here is 20-minute lessons. Not finishing one lesson a day. I know everybody is used to doing one lesson a day or one lesson a week. This is not divided that way at all. You take a lesson, you set a timer for 20 minutes, and you get as much done as possible that day. Then you end that time, and it's important that your child knows the time is going to end then, and you can pick up again. If your child wants to do more, I'm not saying, it's in your discretion whether you want to keep going, but honestly, it's not bad leaving your child wanting more in the long run. Also, for children who get frustrated, it helps them to know that an end is in sight. Doing 20 minutes a day may lead you to doing one lesson a day. It may lead you to doing one lesson every 3 or 4 days, and that's okay. Go at your child's pace. I have had kids who have done better than others in this program, and really the key to making it work was not pushing them beyond that 20 minutes. So really, really, I encourage you, if at all possible, stick to it. Number 7, every part of the lesson is there for a reason. Guys, I have done this. We are getting ready to wrap up level 4 with my child. We're going to be finished with the program completely. And one thing, if I could go back and do it differently, would be to make sure that I use every single element. There's been a lot of study and research that's gone into this program. It's multi-sensory, every single thing, whether it's flashcards or letter tiles, reading sheets or activities, they are there for a purpose. And when you use them in full, it really will set you up for the best success. I didn't do a great job, just being upfront and honest with you guys. I didn't do a great job with the flashcards. I used them, but inconsistently here or there throughout the years. I was very consistent with all the other material. My son is still coming out a strong reader, but I really think it was a disadvantage to him that I did not use it the way it was written. Some curriculums give you a lot of flexibility with the way you use it. This one, I would encourage you, if at all possible, to really stick to your guns, especially if you have kids who struggle with reading. I know that's the time that's easiest to toss the stuff out, the extra stuff out, because you just want to get through it faster, but that's actually the time when they need more repetition. So stick to that 20 minutes and they won't get too frustrated, but make sure you do the different pieces to the curriculum. Tip number 8 is for those who like freebies. Did you know that the All About Reading website has a blog component to it, and they offer free printables and activities and games all year long? You guys have got to go check it out. I'm going to drop my link down below to some of my favorite blog posts and giveaways that they do, but they have fun activities like Valentine's Day reading activities, or maybe they have ideas on how to help your child with the floss rule when it comes to the spelling program. Whatever it is, they've got posters, games, worksheets, all sorts of fun things that are totally free and accessible to anyone at just the push of a button. So be sure to not miss out on that resource. Number 9, film your kids reading at the beginning of the program each year, at the beginning of a new book, in the middle, and at the end. Now, this should be done discreetly, not putting pressure on the child. It should be done not for Facebook purposes or for sharing unless your child's okay with that, but just a way to mark progress, all right? Not even for school records, but just for your own heart. I know it can be so hard with a mom with struggling readers. I have kids who are severely dyslexic, and it is super frustrating and discouraging when you see how hard each and every word can be for them when they struggle. By filming my kids reading one of the stories at the beginning of the year, reading one in the middle, and reading one at the end, I can help them to see the progress they've made. Especially if you get to the end and your child is not reading fluently, maybe they're still struggling, have them go back and read that first story all over again and record that so that they can see the progression there, that they are really starting to get it and it is good and they can be encouraged, and you can have a little comfort in knowing that slow and steady wins the race. The 10th and final thing that you need to know about All About Reading is that they offer a giveaway. Every single month, All About Learning Press, which is the one that puts out All About Reading and All About Spelling, does a giveaway hosted on their Facebook and their Instagram. So be sure to go follow their page because every single month you can enter to win. There's different giveaways each month. Sometimes it's your choice of reading curriculum or your choice of spelling. Sometimes it's multiple sets. They have all sorts of fun things. But you might as well enter because you never know when you might win. Guys, that's all I've got for today. Your 10 tips, the things you need to know about All About Reading. But be sure when you leave to go grab those freebies for you and your kids. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.